welcome. This is the 6 yard box. Yo, welcome to the 6 yard box. Welcome. This is the 6 yard box. Yo, welcome to the 6 yard box. You know what time it is. This is the preview European Championship 2024. And yeah, this one is gonna be. This is just a preview looking at the games that's gonna be played over the weekend. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. Game played on Sunday. This is the preview from the European Championship. It's going to be game between Spain and England. I don't know who's going to be home or away, but I've got a feeling England are going to be the home team and Spain are going to be the away team. So this is just we're just looking at the game, seeing what's going to happen, and just basically looking what's going to happen during the game. This is the preview. I think we can all say, most people were unexpecting England to get to the finals of this, and they made it to the final, and that's all they can do, getting to the finals. And we're going to look at you know uh, the two teams, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Spain on the other hand, let's look at Spain first. We're going to be looking at Spain. Coming into this game, they've played about 6 games now. I think 6 or 7 games now. And coming into this fixture, I think they've been the better team, to be honest. Really, really been good. If we're going to, let's see what we're going to do. If we're going to display some of their stats, it's what can I say, man? It's been really, really good for Spain. If you look at those stats there, if we're going to look at the stats, even coming into this game, probability of a win 80%, 38% Spain, 28.3 England. I think the Spanish. If you're going to look at the opponents they've both played, I think you got to give Spain more than that kind of percentage. They've played really good teams going to the final. Let's look at their path to the final. For Spain, first game they beat Croatia by 3 goals to 0. They were really good in that game. Croatia possession side like them as well. Croatia had a couple of chances, but Spain were very good at scoring 3 good goals in that game. And they looked very 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 exciting in that game as well. Then they played Italy. That one was, I thought it was going to be a tough game. It turned out to be. They played really well as well. They beat the Italians by 1 goal to 0, winning that tough game in that group, because Italy was going to be one of the toughest opponents for them in the group. Then they played Albania in the last game, and they beat Albania by 1 goal to 0 as well. I think they played the second team in that game because they already qualified by winning 2 games already, giving them 6 points. They topped the group, and then they played Georgia in the semi-final, uh, which was I thought it was going to be a tougher game than it came out to be. They went out 4-1 winners in that one, just blew Georgia away. Then they got on to place the host Germany in the quarterfinal. That one was last week Friday. That one was a tough game. I think they considered first, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Germany equalized. Germany scored first, and they equalized, and then No, I think Germany scored for the equalizer, and then they scored another goal. One of the goals were just out of this world, to be honest. And they just they played really well. Although that game showed that Germany made some good chances from the big guys up front. Fulkrug, the guy from Borussia Dortmund missed the header as well. I think he hit the post as well. So you can see that they you can cause them a lot of problems with the big guy up top. That was a tough game as well. And then from then on, they played Spain in the semi-final. They played France in this semi-final. That was a very tough game for them as well. They negotiated that one really, really well. I think Spain scored first, and France scored first. No, Spain scored first, and then France equalized, and then Spain got the second goal. Both goals were really, really good goals as well. You can see the struggle with France with its big guy up top again, so that's somewhere that England might exploit. And if you look at that game, they showed what they were made of in that game because they went to go down against a French team that dogged defense, really deep play on the counter. So you gotta give them a lot of respect for that game. I think the game has. I think those games have really built the Spanish team into winning machine, especially just they won every single game. And yeah, second goal, first goal from Yamal. I mean, Yamal was just incredible, cut inside. The thing I like about their wingers, both guys are very young. Normally with young wingers, they tend to overdo like tricks and leg overs and all that kind of stuff. And leg overs, yeah, that's another show. But they tend to overdo that, and they don't do the right things, make decisions at the right time. These two they make decisions at the right time. They don't take people on for the fun of it. They pass the ball at the right time. The game against France, Yamal made I think he made a professional foul where I think a French player was going through running into his Spanish half. Yamal knew that he had to hold him, and he got a yellow card for the team. For somebody so young, he knows what to do at the right time. So, both guys are really, really good. They don't take people on for the fun of it, and they just use the ball the right way, making decisions at a very young age. They beat France, and then they're in the finals against a very experienced England side in terms of being there. They've done it. They got to the finals, semi-finals of the Euros 4 years ago. So you know, uh, you know, they know what they're doing basically. So it's gonna be very interesting. Let's look at the England team. It's been a bit of a underwhelming performance from the England team. They've got people keep saying, yeah, they got all the talent. This is the golden era. I never understand that golden era business because it's all about when these players come together. People look at them; they're good players playing for their club sides, but it's a different dynamics when they come together, and they've not really performed for England. England I've been watching England for a while now, for years now. I don't think I've ever seen an England team just breeze through qualifiers. They breeze through qualifiers, but when they get to tournaments, I've never seen them just breeze through the group, playing exciting, dynamic football. They don't do it. I don't know where people get this idea from. That, we're not playing well. This is how England play. Spain plays certain way, England plays certain way, Denmark plays certain way. So that's just the way they play. And for me, I was disappointed in the players. I know everybody was hammering the manager, saying the manager is not making them defensive. He's not making them play well in the first half. I don't understand that because at the end of the day, these are very, very good players. They play for different club sides. Some of them have won some of the biggest trophies out there. They know what they're doing. So it's like it's just the pressure of playing for England. When you step onto that pitch, you're playing for England, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of people looking at you. Everything you do is scrutinized. If you sneeze, if you cough, and I think the players sometimes they some of them they've played a lot of games. Jude Bellingham was saying that he's played a lot of games, he was feeling tired. during the last game. So that I think the players that affects the team a lot as well. And there's a lot of expectations from back home. Everybody thinks you're just gonna stroll up and win the competition. Yeah, but it's on paper. That's on paper. You still have to do the job. They played Denmark. They played 1-1 that game. I think Denmark played them off the park. That game, Denmark should have at least get maybe win the game. England Slovakia. I didn't watch that game. England Slovakia, England Slovenia, which was the last game I saw. That one was goalless. They basically just limped through that one because they knew they needed a draw to top the group or something. England Slovakia, I didn't watch it, but according to the reports, they were outplayed. They should have been goal down. They scored from a bicycle kick and they got a goal in extra time. But that's what they keep doing. They keep winning games, and as long as they're winning games in the competition, that's all that matters, man. Even in the leagues as well, that's all that matters, man. If the team is playing well, that's an added bonus. But with this English team, the kind of squad, you expect them to play better. And then they play Switzerland in the round of 16. They played well in that game. I think they played well in the first half. And then second half, it was a case of Switzerland got an equalizer as well. Switzerland got an equalizer. Who scored? Switzerland scored the first goal. England equalized through Saka. Went to penalties. England. The penalties were superb though. I never thought they were going to miss. And then they played Netherlands in the last game. That one played well in the first half. Netherlands, there's some poor sides in these Euros. Looking at some of the sides, and Netherlands, I don't think they had anybody to score goals for them. To be honest, a good player. They played a couple of competitions, played a couple of good games leading up to the semi-finals against England. England got people on the bench that could come on and make a big difference. They got match winners on the bench, and that's why they're dangerous, and that's what they've been getting away with. And they won the game. Good goal from Watkins to win that game. We see Watkins in the Premier League every single week, and as soon as that ball came from Palmer, you knew what it was going to do. And I think I think the Netherlands defender, I think it was De Vrij that went to block him. I don't think he's watched the game of Watkins in the Premier League because the amount of time space he gave him to to even try that from there. It just lacks that. You don't know who your opponents are. So England won the game, which they deserve. You win it in extra time. That's what you deserve. You win it with 2 minutes left. And then, they got to the finals. And that's what it's all about. Get yourself to that final. And anything can happen tomorrow. But, I think for me, England has to play, they have to play the game of their lives tomorrow for me to be able to get the victory. To win that game tomorrow, they have to play really, really well from the first minute till the last minute. But they got match winners as well that could get off the bench. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game for France as well, for Spain as well. They have to turn up. They have to turn up as well. But I think the Spanish, the way they play, they're not going to change the way they play. They're going to play their football. They're going to pass the ball around and all that kind of jazz. So they're going to do what they have to do. Spain have to England have to find a way to stay in the game and then take the game and take their chances when they are, because they will have chances on the counter. England will sit and Spain will dominate possession. But England have the match winners, but they have to play really well, England. And, and I don't think they can afford to go down again and try and come from behind because Spain will keep that ball for fun. You'll be chasing shadows, man. Trust me. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see what happens. I think if it was another team that England was playing, I would say, yeah, definitely. I think England will win just because of what they've been doing. But for this one, I think if it was another team, I would say England will win this, but this one is going to be tough. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Spain. But I won't be surprised if England win this, just because they've got those match winners on the bench. But they have to play well. They can't just play first half and not turn up second half. They have to play well. Even if it's going to be in patches, they got to pick the pace up in the second half. Don't let the Spanish team just dominate and pass the ball around. That's what I think. I hope England win. And, if they win, I'm going to be in some money. So I hope England win. So it's going to be a win-win for me. Basically, I'm not going to say it's a win-win for me, because if England lose, it's not going to be. I'm going to be a little bit, sad for them. But I want the best team in the competition to win the competition. So if Spain win as well, it's going to be justified. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Thank you very much for watching. This is the 6-yard box, the preview. England taking on Spain in the Euro 2024 finals tomorrow from Berlin, the Olympic Stadium. It's going to be a cracking game, to be honest. Can't wait. I'm going to be watching it from 8 p.m. tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the 6-yard box. And yeah, I'm out.